Hello, and welcome to Check With Me, helping coaches make the right call at the right time. Thank you for taking the time to take a look at this quick demo. The Check With Me app is broken down into two different reports, the Game Day feature and Formation Tendency report. The Game Day feature is part of the app you use during the actual game, whereas the Formation Tendency report will be one you look during the week, setting up your defensive game plan for your upcoming opponent. So let's get started. Once we open the Check With Me app, you will come to the Game Day feature. We're going to need to select the data, so go to the top right-hand corner where the magnifying glass is, select your data, hit confirm, then go down to underneath the query conditions on the right-hand side, hit confirm again, and then the whole data populates itself. For this data set, it has 202 plays, and you can see they throw the ball 38% and they run the ball 61%. Directly underneath the total number of plays are the top 5 run and top 5 pass and the respective percentages. Those percentages are relative to the whole data set. Underneath that is the percentage of run to left or right towards offensive strength or offensive weakness, defensive strength, defensive weak, field or boundary. Next is the hit chart, A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap. You have pass, again, we're going to look at now the pass section, left, right, offensive strength, offensive weak, defensive strength, weakness, the pass zone chart, and then lastly, which is unique to Check With Me, is your defensive call that you're going to need for this particular play. Undersmoke Man has the highest probability of success based on your game planning with this data set. So let's do a quick demonstration on how Check With Me might be used under a game day scenario. So on the right hand side, you must select down. We'll go first down. But that's not enough. We want to go distance, 10 plus, so it's first and 10. But then you notice that the personnel grouping is 21 personnel on the field. 2 running backs and 1 tight end. You hit confirm underneath, and then that 200 data set goes down to 25 plays. It gets more specific in terms of left and right, offensive strength, weakness, the hit chart, the pass zone chart, and then your defensive calls. It's still Undersmoke Man that gives you the highest probability of success, but you have some other calls in there as well that you could put into it. So now it's second down. Let's go ahead and take a look at second down, and it's second down and 4 and 6. Oops, we've hit the wrong down. We got to go back. Hit second down. 4 to 6 is the yardage, and we've selected a different personnel grouping of 10. You hit confirm. There's 6 plays. You can see they're running either a read it trap or 3 different pass plays from there. You can see they get very predictable. They run it to the left 100%, to the defensive weak 100%, and to the field 100%. It's going in the B gap. It looks like the left B gap is where the play is going. And in the pass, they are going to throw it to 100% to the offensive strength and 75% into the boundary. For this. Again, Undersmoke Man is the highest probability of success, but again, there's some other defenses, 3-5 cover 2 as well. So now it's third down, but it's short yardage, 3rd and 2, and I've set up the goal line in my data set to look at short yardage situations as well, goal line and short yardage. So we select yes for the goal line. You have to deselect everything else. We're going to have to change the personnel to the relative folks that are out there. It's a 31, 3 running backs, 1 tight end. You hit confirm. 9 plays, almost 90% run, and the 1 play action pass. You can see here that it gets pretty predictable of what they're trying to do based upon the scenario and conditions that we've selected. So using the Check With Me app, you've had another 3 and out series with your defensive call predictability, knocking the the offense out. But now it's late in the game. We're going to show a little 2-minute offense that we have into the data set. You have to deselect everything else as NA. Hit Y for 2-minute offense, and voila, 21 plays have been identified as hurry-up offense, and you can see that it's 71% pass and roughly 30% run in that, and it really helps even for game planning, to understand what they're going to try to do in a hurry-up scenario. Has your defensive calls all right there for you to take a look at, and a little different calls than what you had before with the under smoke man. So we've looked at the 2-minute plays, we've looked at some goal line, and now there's another function here that we're going to take a look at query. It's going to be the key player query condition. So number 34 was a special player that came into play on offense in special scenarios, and this is a way that you can go ahead and pre-select all that data to show you those plays when this player is in the game. There was 31 plays, 70% run, 30% pass, and it looks like ideally this player is going to be getting the ball one shape, way, or form. It's still 50-50 pretty much in strength and weakness, left or right, so that's pretty close. And you can see pass is going to be a little more left and into the boundary. So we go back and we deselect key player, and we hit confirm twice, and it goes back to the entire data set again of 200 plays. And this is if you're looking at the entire spreadsheet, seeing at what their top 5 run, top 5 pass are. So now we're on to the formation tendency report. You can see up on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side, there's a formation tab button just underneath the game day tab. This report automatically breaks down the top 5 personnel groupings. You can see there the top 5 personnel, 10 being at the top, had 66 as the total number of plays. And if you remember, 202 was the total data set, which represented 33%. 66 plays represent 33% of the entire data set. You look at all the other measurements, the 10 personnel grouping is about 50-50 on most every measurement, so it's going to be a tough one really to game plan for. They run it equally left or right, to the strong side, weak side, and to the field and boundary. You look at 31 personnel grouping, and it's a high percentage run, which I think we could all guess. So let's take a look at a little more closely the 10 personnel grouping. On the right hand side in the query conditions, you select 10 personnel, hit confirm, the first confirm button, and these are the top 5 formations that present themselves. And you can see trips gun near open is 44% of the time. So you wanted to see what the plays are for this specific formation, trips gun near open, and then it will look at exactly what the plays are. Almost 40% of the time they're running read it. Another 10% they're running read it trap, quarterback tackle trap. So there's a high prevalence of run. So we're going to go and change it to the second highest, which I believe was spread gun. So there's a lot of formations with this group. So we go to spread gun, you hit confirm, and you can see it changes a little bit, the plays. Read it's not quite as high, it's still pretty high, but slot, shallow cross becomes very predictable. 1 out of 5 plays it's going to be some sort of shallow cross, which I guess you can even look at where the slots are lined up and probably give you a better indicator. But let's go ahead and change the personnel grouping to the 21 personnel, our pro groups. We've got IB as the highest formation percentage for this. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. 25% of the time they're in I formation, which is going to be a heavy run. You can see 24 king, 24 queen, 26 lead. You know, this is going to be pretty much, we're going to try to run it down your throats when they line up in this scenario. This concludes our quick demo on Check With Me. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to send me. My contact information will be on the next slide. And check with me.